I found out my wife was cheating because she suddenly became very passionate about personal branding. Not mine, hers. For 12 years, Megan couldn't care less about how she looked online. Her Instagram had maybe 30 photos, all blurry, all unflattering. Captions like, ugh, and LOL, whatever. She used to say social media was for people who needed attention from strangers. Then one morning I woke up and my wife had a ring light. A ring light. We were married 12 years, 2 kids, suburbs of Phoenix. I worked in procurement, she worked in real estate. Life was busy, loud, and mostly fine. We weren't soulmates, but we were teammates, or so I thought. The ring light appeared next to the bed, like it had always lived there. When I asked about it, she said, "It's for listings." That was funny because Megan had never once taken a listing photo herself. She outsourced everything: photos, staging, descriptions. She hated effort. Now she was filming herself. Morning routine, grind never stops, real estate life. She'd whisper into her phone while I brushed my teeth, like I was a ghost in my own bathroom. The second clue came when she changed her password. Not her phone, her name. She stopped using my last name on social media. "I'm rebranding," she said. Rebranding. I didn't accuse her. I didn't cry. I didn't even get suspicious right away. I laughed. Because whenever someone starts saying words like rebranding and manifesting, someone else is already involved. I found the affair in the dumbest way possible: Bluetooth. One afternoon, I got into her car and my phone auto-connected to a device named Jason Hart. Jason wasn't me. I drove home in silence, parked, and sat there for a good 5 minutes just staring at the steering wheel. Then I smiled. Because this wasn't going to be a sad story. This was going to be performance art. Jason turned out to be a mortgage broker she worked with. Married, of course. 2 kids. Of course. Loud motivational quotes on LinkedIn. Shirtless gym photos. Of course. They weren't being discreet. They were being arrogant. Hotel lunches. Work trips. Instagram stories carefully cropped so you couldn't see reflections. But reflections don't lie. Mirrors don't lie. Glass doesn't lie. And neither do Venmo emojis. Lunch. Miss you. Can't wait for tonight. I screenshotted everything, but I still didn't confront her. Because Megan didn't just cheat, she performed cheating. So I decided to become her biggest fan. I started liking her posts, every single one. Heart emojis, fire emojis, proud of you comments. Her engagement skyrocketed. Jason noticed. He commented more, flirtier, sloppier. Then I did something beautiful. I joined her live. She was doing a Q&A one evening, talking about balancing marriage, motherhood, and ambition. I sat on the couch next to her, just out of frame. Someone asked, "How do you keep your marriage strong?" Megan smiled and said, "Communication and trust." That's when I commented from my account, "Couldn't agree more." She froze for half a second. Barely noticeable, but I noticed. The next step was the podcast. She announced she'd be a guest on a local real estate podcast. Small audience, mostly agents and brokers. Jason was the host. Oh, this was getting good. The episode dropped on a Friday. I listened. They flirted the entire time. Not overtly, subtle. Inside jokes, compliments disguised as professional respect. Anyone with ears could hear it. So I clipped it. 30 seconds. Where Jason said, "Some people just connect instantly," and Megan laughed and said, "Yeah, sometimes you just know." I didn't edit it, I just saved it. Then I waited for the open house. Megan loved open houses, loved attention, loved being on. This one was big. Luxury property, catering, dozens of agents, lenders, clients, families. Jason was there, so was his wife. So was I. I walked in holding cupcakes, custom cupcakes. Each one had a little printed topper, not text, QR codes. People love free food. People love curiosity. Within 10 minutes, half the room was scanning them. The QR code led to a clean, private web page. No insults, no commentary, just screenshots, dates, Venmo receipts, podcast clip, Instagram stories side by side with hotel locations, titled simply, Transparency. The reactions were immediate. Phones buzzing, whispers, someone gasped, someone laughed, someone said, "Oh my God," way too loud. Jason's wife scanned it. Twice. Jason went white. Megan locked eyes with me across the room. Pure terror. She marched toward me. "What did you do?" she hissed. I smiled. "I supported your brand," I said. "Radical transparency." She slapped the cupcakes out of my hands. That didn't help her case. Security asked her to leave. Not me. Her broker called her that night, then HR, then legal. Jason's wife filed for divorce within a week. Jason lost his job. Megan lost her listings. Her Instagram comments turned off permanently. The kids stayed with me. The judge didn't like public moral entrepreneurship, as he put it. A year later, Megan tried to rebrand again. Different name, different city, different man. I ran into her once at Target. She looked at me like I was a natural disaster. "You humiliated me," she said. I shrugged. "No," I said. "I documented you." She walked away, shaking. I went home, opened my phone, and saw a notification. Someone had left a comment on an old video of hers. "Is this the cupcake transparency lady?" I laughed so hard I had to sit down. Because the thing about crazy revenge, it doesn't age. It archives.